Hello. So, I just had a few things on my mind lately that I wanted to chat about. This is gonna be unstructured. Like, there are a few points in mind, but who knows where this is gonna go? I don't. So, I'm just gonna chat with you while I do my crochet. I find actually crocheting is like the best fidget toy ever. I don't even crochet for the sake of actually making something as much as like the process. I like to just have something I'm doing with my hands. But this is actually very relevant to what I was thinking about. So, I have always been someone who loves to try new things, picking up new skills, just like any hobby, name it. Well, not any hobby, but like there's a lot of different hobbies and art forms that I at least got obsessed over for like a few weeks, a few months. And I think I really love the process of picking something up, something new, and trying to figure it out, how it works, and like trying at it over and over again until I can understand it or abstract it in my mind a little bit. And some things stick with me and I find them very interesting and I keep doing them. And some things I let go of. And some things I really want to be much better at. And what I was thinking about was for me, I feel like I always have that idea that whatever I do, I need to be extremely good at it. I need to get to an advanced level at it. I need to be the best. Or at least the best at something, you know? But recently, I've been having this thought less and less, and I'm glad that's the case. Because I really think this is a very limiting idea, a limiting belief that you have to, if you're gonna pick up something, a new skill or a new hobby, you have to really be great at it. And if you're not, then that's too bad. You know, that's a failed attempt or like, oh well, you wasted your time or whatever, something to be frustrated about. And I think, let's say you tried whatever, anything, and you sucked at it completely, and you decided, this is no fun, I'm not even going to attempt doing it. Like, we're trying to learn the basics. That's a success, in my view. And if you try something new and you learn the basics, only the basics, and you can do like very beginner level things at it, and you decided, you're just going to stay at this level, practice it whenever you feel like it, and just enjoy what you can do at that level. That's a success as well. I think, a lot of us have this idea that you just have to really be good at something, and if you start something, you gotta stick with it until you're really great at it. You can't just know the basics of something and let it go. Why would you do that? That's a waste of time. But it's really not, because the process of learning is itself the reward. This is what you get. There is a saying that I really love. Unfortunately, I don't know where it came from or who said it, but it was something like, the things we do things to us. And I love that so much, and it can work like in a positive or a negative way. But I think a lot about this when, like, if I'm attempting something new and in the process of learning about it and in the process of practicing whatever it is, I feel like I change. My mind changes a little bit. How I think and how I move my body changes a little bit. How I control my movements, how I think of certain shapes and processes, and there are like new connections that build that wire in your brain. That's just how it is. That's what learning is, and I think it literally changes you, and you have that forever. Like, the effect it has on you stays forever, and it's not just that you've learned how something works that you didn't learn about before. It gives you a new perspective, it gives you a new framework, and most of the time these are things that are transferable to other domains. So you can take these learnings or insights And it will also reflect on how you view a lot of other things you do. And I think that's amazing. So even if, like, I've been wanting to learn to do pottery on the wheel for the longest time. And I finally went to like a quite a long workshop a couple of months ago, and it was amazing. I enjoyed it so much. And I just learned the basics. I'm not good at it by any means. I can make like some basic things. And I haven't actually been to the pottery studio in a while, and I haven't made anything in a while, but I feel like that whole experience changed me, changed how I control my movement of my hand, how, like, I know how to move myself in certain ways that I hadn't before, how to control my hands and my fingers in certain ways that I hadn't before. And I think that's amazing. And I also, like, know when I see certain shapes, I can, like, abstract it, I can, like, reverse engineer it and understand how it was built, and I've gained a whole new level of appreciation to this art. And I also learned to focus in ways that I couldn't before, and so on and so on. Like, it's just, it really does change you. Let alone the fact that actually during these times where you're so focused and mindful on something, you kind of get into like a meditative state. I don't think that applies to everything, but in a lot of things that happens. And usually afterwards, you feel like you've just processed some things in your mind in the background that you weren't even aware of. Because, I mean, let's be honest, we rarely take time for ourselves anymore. We rarely take time to just sit in silence anymore. So, I mean, that definitely helps as well. Yeah, and here's the thing. Whenever you get interested in something new, you will find it all over your social media because the algorithm is smart. And we get a very edited view of people's lives. And we get very specialized people. I mean, let's say you like running. You will get like people who run marathons every couple of weeks or something. I don't know. It's crazy. And it feels like that's their entire lives. And maybe it is. But that's definitely not the average person. And it doesn't have to be you. You don't have to be at that level to actually enjoy whatever it is that you're practicing. You can just do it at a very beginner level, still enjoy it, and get a lot of benefit from it, and that's it. Not everything you have to try, you have to stick with and be good at and get to an expert level at. It's just unrealistic, and it just ruins the fun, like takes the fun out of it. And it makes you, more hesitant to actually try new things if you feel like, oh, well, I'm already doing that, I'm already doing this, so if I try this, I don't think I can be really good at it. Who the fuck cares? Don't be good at it. Just try it. No, like, experience it. I don't think we have to excel at life. I think we just need to live it. Shocker. So just let yourself be. And I think the more things you attempt, the more things you try to learn, the better you get at learning. I mean, learning is a skill. If you think about it, just the process of learning anything new, it's very similar. It's repetitive. You can abstract it into some kind of a framework that you can take into whatever it is that you're learning. And it also makes you very resilient to like frustration and failure, because whenever you try something new, you're going to be really bad at it at first. It's just natural. I mean, unless you're extremely talented at something, but even then, like, once you try to level up a little bit, you're still going to struggle. So struggle is part of the process, and it's very frustrating. But just that time where you're feeling embarrassed and you're feeling pain and you're feeling whatever it is, bad feelings that come with failing at whatever it is you're trying to do, that's exactly when you need to stick with it to actually develop this skill. Simple as that. So doing this over and over again and like different things and kind of exposing yourself to that experience with no like with not too much pressure on yourself that, oh, if I fail at this, I'll be like, oh my god, I'm a total failure and I'm embarrassment and whatever. It's freeing once you start to just go into this and know that I'm gonna suck, it's going to feel very frustrating, and I'm just gonna do it anyway, regardless of where this takes me. You just relieve some of that pressure on yourself, and you learn to push through the frustration, and that's a something in of itself. Like, you learn that to be able to push through frustration, you have to relieve some of the pressure that you put on yourself through the unrealistic expectations or unnecessary expectations that you set on yourself. It's just unnecessary suffering. You're gonna suffer anyway when learning something new, for a little while at least, so why add to that and just make it even worse? I don't want to say worse because I don't think it's bad suffering. Like, it's just frustrating when you're learning something and you're not very good at it, but it's not suffering. I wouldn't say so. I mean, depending on the thing, I guess. But you know what I mean. You just make it harder on yourself if you just have all of these expectations that you really don't need to have. I lost my... Yeah, you see, I've been doing crochet for years, and I'm not really good at it. I lost track of where I should do that extra stitch. But anyway, you just keep going, and now, for example, crocheting, you can see people online who do like extremely impressive things. They do it very fast, very like with great technique. And I mean, you can obsess over getting to that level, or I mean, it's up to you, but for me, I felt like, okay, I'm happy with where I'm at, like the level I got to, and I'm enjoying it. So, yeah, maybe I can't do like these impressive things, but it's like, for me, is that what I want? Not necessarily. So I'm just happy with that level. It doesn't mean you should abandon the thing. Like, oh no, I'm not that good at it, so I'm just gonna let it go completely. You can just enjoy the thing at this mediocre level that you're at, because who cares? You don't have to excel at everything. You don't have to monetize everything. And if you're very good at something, you don't have to monetize it too. Like, I guess that's also another kind of unrealistic, weird expectation that is developed. Like, if you're very good at something, like, oh, aren't you gonna sell it? Aren't you gonna put it online? Why? Maybe you just want to do it for yourself. Maybe it's just a hobby. Maybe you just want to have that freedom to suck at it, or to do it inconsistently whenever you feel like it. Do it for a while and then completely let it go for weeks on end, or months, or even years, and then come back to it when you feel like it. That's an option. And to come back to the idea of social media, again, you get to see people who are really good at the thing that you're trying to learn. Once you start to like develop a new interest, you see like the niche cases. You don't see like the average person usually. So that shouldn't be your goal. Again, the goal is in the process. And if you really love something and you want to keep at it, please go ahead. But I feel like just having that in mind from the start makes the entire process more hard, and you miss out on a lot of things that you would have learned or would have noticed otherwise. Because if you're so focused on the outcome or progressing to a certain level, you're not going to be as mindful doing the thing that you're doing in the moment. And that level of mindfulness and presence, when you're learning something new and you're practicing and you're really aware of how you're moving or what your senses are experiencing, and all of this is what actually allows you to gain so much from that process and from that craft. Like, both on a practical level, as in how good you get at whatever it is you're doing, and also on a level like I don't know what to call it, like a mental or a personal level, and allowing that thing to change some things in you and to bring out some things in you that maybe you've been carrying in the back of your head. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but I know I can, like, I know the other people must relate to this, but really once you like you learn to paint, or you learn to a new form of movement or anything new, and you're really mindful of it, and you really get into a flow state, I don't know, it feels like it just adds something to you and you're never the same afterwards. Do I sound dramatic? Maybe. But that's been my experience, and I don't know, I'm sure other people can relate. So, yeah, I would love to attempt so many things in life, and a lot of them I know I will never be like exceptionally good at. And to be frank, I'm not even interested in being exceptionally good at a lot of them. Like, yeah, maybe there's a few things that I would like to be really like reach like an advanced level in. I say like a lot. Want to stop that. Yeah, but a lot of the things that I want to try out, a lot of things that I want to learn, I know I will never be exceptionally good at them, and that's okay. That doesn't mean I should stop myself from trying them, exploring them, because I want to experience that. I want to know what kind of things they can provide me, they can add to me. I want to allow them to change me. Again, you get to experience life. You don't have to excel at it. Not always, at least. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's all for now. It was a good chat. Alright. Bye bye.